When Ananya entered the grand wooden doors of the Sharma house as a new bride, she carried two suitcases, one filled with clothes, the other filled with dreams. The house belonged to the respected Sharma family in Jaipur, a family known for tradition, discipline, and reputation. At the center of that household stood Savitri Devi, her mother-in-law. Savitri Devi wasn't cruel, but she was firm. Her words were measured, her expectations unspoken, her silence heavy. On the first morning after the wedding, Ananya woke up early, nervous and determined to impress. She stepped into the kitchen. Savitri Devi was already there. "You're late," Savitri said without looking at her. It was 5:30 a.m. Ananya froze. "I'm sorry, Maji. I'll wake up earlier tomorrow." That was how it began. Small corrections, small criticisms. Too much salt. Tea is weak. In our house, we don't do it this way. Ananya tried harder each day. She folded saris perfectly, learned family recipes, memorized who liked what. But appreciation never came. Only silence. Her husband Rohan loved her deeply, but he worked long hours and avoided household tension. "Mom is like that only," he would say gently. "She'll take time." But days turned into months, and something inside Ananya slowly began to shrink. One afternoon, while cleaning the storeroom, Ananya found an old metal trunk covered in dust. Curiosity got the better of her. Inside were notebooks, sketches, fabric samples, designs of beautiful handcrafted saris. On the first page was written, "Savitri Sharma, Fashion Institute Application." Ananya's heart skipped. Savitri Devi? Fashion? The pages were filled with detailed sketches, modern blouses, embroidered dupattas, fusion wear ideas. And then suddenly, blank pages. At the bottom of the last written page, marriage fixed, dreams postponed. Ananya closed the notebook slowly. That evening at dinner, she looked at her mother-in-law differently. Not as a strict woman, but as someone who once had dreams. The next week, Ananya made a bold decision. Without telling anyone, she secretly contacted a local boutique owner and showed her Savitri Devi's old designs. The owner was impressed. "These are ahead of their time," she said. "Who made these?" Ananya smiled softly. "My mother." 2 weeks later, during a family gathering at the house, Ananya brought out a surprise. "Before dinner," she said nervously, "I want to show something." Savitri frowned. "What is this drama?" Ananya connected her laptop to the TV. On the screen appeared Savitri Devi's sketches, digitized beautifully, presented like a designer portfolio. The room went silent. Savitri's face turned pale. "Where did you find these?" she whispered. Ananya walked toward her. "You shouldn't have stopped," she said gently. "Your designs are beautiful. A boutique wants to collaborate. They're ready to launch a small collection under your name." The room buzzed with shock. Rohan looked at his mother in disbelief. "Mom, you wanted to be a designer." Savitri Devi's eyes filled with tears she hadn't allowed in decades. "It was foolishness," she said. "After marriage, responsibilities come first." Ananya held her hand for the first time. Dreams don't expire after marriage, Margie. For the first time since Ananya entered the house, Savitri Devi looked at her. Truly looked at her. Not as a daughter-in-law, but as someone who understood her silence. Weeks passed. The first small collection launched, Savitri Creations. It wasn't a massive success, but it sold. And more importantly, Savitri smiled. She began spending evenings sketching again instead of criticizing. One morning, she entered the kitchen at 5 a.m. and saw Ananya already there. Instead of correcting her, she said softly, "Sleep a little more. I'll handle it." Ananya blinked in surprise. That was the first crack in the silent wall between them. Months later, during a local fashion exhibition, Savitri Devi stood on stage as her collection received recognition. In the crowd, Ananya clapped the loudest. When the host asked Savitri what inspired her comeback, she paused. "My daughter," she said. Ananya's breath caught. She reminded me that strength is not in controlling the next generation, but in supporting it. That night back at home, Savitri entered Ananya's room quietly. "I was hard on you," she admitted. "Not because I disliked you, but because I had buried parts of myself. Seeing you dream freely reminded me of what I lost." Ananya hugged her. "Then let's dream together." And just like that, the silent war ended. Not with shouting, not with drama, but with understanding. Because sometimes a Saas and Bahu are not enemies. They are two women from different generations, both fighting battles no one ever asked about. And sometimes, all it takes to change a household is one person brave enough to look beyond ego and see the wounded heart underneath.